Hey guys, welcome to Daddy Share Space and welcome to my garage shop. So here I have an assortment of my Milwaukee M12 mechanic tools that I have. Now this doesn't have my impacts. What I do have here is two right angle impacts, both the 1/2 inch and the 3/8. I have the 3/8 long reach. I have the regular non-fuel 3/8 ratchet, and then also the 1/4 inch ratchet. Now I've had these for quite a while. This one being the oldest one that I had. And basically the only one that's missing from my collection is the 1/2 inch. And oftentimes when I'm doing tasks, there are times when I do wish that I could just reach out and grab a 1/2 inch ratchet and use it in the same way that I use these. Now I do have manual ratchets that I can utilize in the shop of the 1/2 inch variety, but it would be so much more convenient. As you get used to using these mechanical ratchets, it really takes your work to the next level. It helps you to unthread those bolts faster, to tighten them down faster, or at least get them snugged up faster. They have a range of torque specifications as far as how tight they make things. And on these three right here, you can actually use them as a regular ratchet as well, if you didn't know that. So this one's gonna give me more leverage. Obviously these share the same anvil, and when I wanna use it on those smaller items, that's when I reach for this 1/4 inch. So I'm covered overall. Now, these right here, you can't use those as a regular ratchet. It's simply an impact. So I do have a 1/2 inch in this, but it doesn't serve the purpose that I would like it to serve if I was going to actually work with 1/2 inch sockets. Now, I do have the ability to go ahead and actually put adapters on these to either increase the size or reduce the size. Now, those of you that are familiar with using ratchets, you know that's actually going to basically elongate your tool, making it less capable of fitting into smaller places. Now, I looked online, and most of the time, I think one of the reasons why I never bought the 1/2 inch was simply because it's rarely, if ever, in stock at my local Home Depot. So it's something that you actually have to order online. Recently, I was working on my truck and changing out the brakes, and there were a couple of times where I do wish that I was able to reach out and grab a 1/2 inch ratchet. So it kind of brought that back into the forefront of my mind. I typically only think about mechanic tools when I have to do a mechanic job, and then I'll actually reach out and get something that's actually going to make the job a little bit easier. So as I'm doing this brake job, and it was the brake job from hell, I was like, man, it would really be nice to have a 1/2 inch ratchet drive or whatever, because the dongles or the attachments that you have, I lose that stuff all the time. I'm working on a better solution for storing all my ratchets and such, and I have a video coming up about that here soon. But basically, because I'm always losing the dongles, the extensions, and so on and so forth, misplacing them in the shop, if I grab the one with the right anvil, then I don't have to worry about futzing about finding the adapter and going through that whole rigmarole. And then also too, when you're doing a job that has multiple types of bolts that you need to get to, you can have each ratchet attached with the proper socket, just making that whole workflow go faster. Now, honestly, I didn't know you couldn't use these as a ratchet. I just found that out recently because I actually tried to do it on this brake job and it did not work. It just kind of just free flows or whatever when it's not engaged. So this is just meant strictly for impact, and I did actually have to use this in an area where it was kind of tight, and it worked well. This thing, I'm happy with with the purchase of these two right angle impacts. But today, a little bit of a backdrop. So I was looking online, I saw that the 1/2 inch was $200 at Home Depot, but it wasn't gonna come in time to work, to help me with the job that I was working on. But because I was having enough of a challenge while I was doing the job, I was like, you know what, I'm just not gonna put this off anymore. I'm gonna get that 1/2 inch. But then what popped into my mind is I remember that Milwaukee released a ratchet called the Insider Ratchet. And I've watched a few videos on it, and in those videos I realized that you can actually put a 1/4 inch anvil in it, a 3/8 inch anvil, and a 1/2 inch anvil in that device. And if you buy it with the battery, the kit, it's like $400. However, if you do purchase it with just the actual tool only, it is only, I think it's $299. So that makes it only $100 more, right, than buying just a simple fuel 1/2 inch ratchet. And I felt like it would be a little bit more versatile and functional because it also comes with accessories. So I looked online And all I could see online was the full kit for $400. And I was going to buy it, but I decided to try to do a little bit more research to see if I could find one tool only, because even the one with the battery, it was not at any of my local Home Depots. And I happened to, you know, just put in the search and I found the tool only option. I clicked on it, and when I clicked on it, it said that there was a place that was about 40 minutes from where I am here that actually had 7 of the tool only versions for the $299. And so I was, you know, putzing about. I finally finished my brake change, and once I finished my brake change, I jumped in the car. I drove the 40 minutes down, and fortunately, it was not a misprint. Here we have, this is the Milwaukee Fuel M12 3050-20. It is the Insider extended reach box ratchet, and we are going to open this up now and see what it entails. So let's go ahead and set these to the side. So what this is going to give me the ability to do is going to give me the ability to have the 1/2 inch, the 1/4 inch, and the 3/8. So if I want to swap things out, I can just use this one ratchet for everything. Or instead of having a dedicated, or since I have a dedicated 1/4 inch and dedicated 3/8, this can be my dedicated 1/2 inch. It has up to 60 foot-pounds of torque, and it also has some very unique features as far as accessibility. So let's take a look and see what that's about. So this does have 0 to 350 RPMs. It's 15.19 inches long. The tool weighs 2.25 pounds. And what else does it say here? The head width is 1.18 inches. I'm looking on the box here to see if I see any warranty information. And normally you'll see like 5-year warranty or 3-year warranty on the box. I do see up here lifetime guarantee, but I don't. Let's see what's up under this label here. Okay, 5-year warranty. That's what we got, 5-year warranty. And there's going to be an assortment of sockets inside of here as well. So let's go ahead and pull it out. That's everything as far as that. We've got some literature. We've got some actual a manual. And then we'll pull out the wrench itself. Now, let's pull these sockets out. Take a look at here. So this thing comes with a total of 16 extra accessories that come with it that you can utilize to get the most functionality out of the device. Now, of these 16 things, what you do have, you have like a hex driver, which is here. You have a 1/4 inch anvil, you have a 3/8 inch anvil, you have an 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 socket. And of these sockets, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that are pass-through. Pass-through meaning like if you have a bolt that's threaded or if you have a nut that's threaded on the bolt and the actual nut is sticking out the backside, you'll actually be able to advance, let's say this 15mm socket over that nut, and the threading will come out the other end so that you can get deep inside and get those things off. So this is the 15. You see how the actual device looks, and it pops in. It's a friction fit, and it has a nice little low profile as well. So one of the values of this is the fact that you can get into tighter spaces with this, because you don't have to add the anvil and then the socket. The socket is right there, right up against the actual hub of the machine, which is cool. So if you take a look at, this is my 3/8 without a socket on it, and then this is the Insider with the actual 15mm socket intact. So that's pretty impressive. I like that. So then if we take this out, let's see how hard it is to pull out. Okay, it comes out with decent tug. And then if we want to put the 3/8 on here, let's see what the difference is. All right, if I take the 3/8, pop it in here, and then there's the difference in head. So you see there's quite a bit of a difference here as far as in the head sizes and the functionality. You also see a difference in the design, whereas this one has more of an inset selector. This one is external, so it may be a little bit easier to work with when you start using gloves. Okay. This is extended reach, so you see it's taller, and if we use the same kind of battery in each one, we can see that the insider is going to give you just a little bit more reach as well. So that's pretty cool. So we've got the 3/8, and then we have the 1/4 inch, and we can compare the 1/4 inch heads. Okay, so obviously the insider is bigger, but you know, you're getting more reach with this 1/4 inch. Now, as you notice, I went through all the parts and I did not mention a 1/2 inch anvil. And my whole goal for getting this ratchet was to have a 1/2 inch, or to have the 1/2 inch anvil size. So I went online and I picked up this, which is the 1/2 inch anvil, and also this little rubber boot to protect the head. I did not buy that for any of my other tools. I don't even know when those actually started to become a thing, but I did notice that they are available. And since I purchased this here recently, I went ahead and decided, you know what, let me try to keep this as nice as I possibly can. So you have this rubber insider boot. We'll pop that on. Okay, mission accomplished. Insider boot installed. Okay, let's go ahead and cut open this 1/2 inch anvil. Pop that in. And there we go. So now I have the full range of sizes in the Milwaukee Ratchet platform. I've got my 1/2 inch anvil, I've got my 3/8 anvil, and then I've got my 1/4 inch. So I should be good to tackle a lot of different jobs. You know, maybe in the future I'll get the long reach 1/4 inch to give me that degree of flexibility. But for right now, I think this is going to be a nice addition to my shop. And being that this one has higher foot-pounds than the other ratchets, this is going to give me a little bit more, obviously, tightening force. So that's good. I can't remember what this one is. It may be like 35 or 40. I know this one's probably about 35 or so. And this one, I don't know, it's either 35 or 40 as well. Anyways, guys, I want to thank you guys for checking out this unboxing. And as I use this over time, I'll get back to you and let you know what I think about it. So far, looks nice. With the addition of my impact wrenches and my ratchets and my right angle, this right here is what I utilize for the most part, other than my manual tools for working on my vehicles. I've owned this Milwaukee Fuel 1/2 inch probably 7, 8, 9 years, along with this one as well. And they have served me well. And as soon as these impacts, these right angles came out, I bought them immediately. I actually bought the one with the dial, with the detent as well, but I didn't like the functionality of that one, so I did not keep that one because I wanted to see which one was best. I like the friction ring. So anyways, guys, this has been my little unboxing of the Milwaukee Fuel Insider Ratchet. Thanks for taking time to watch the video. I'll see you in my next one.